Last time we explored the concept of slaying the Atman from verse 3 of the Ishavasya Upanishad and how it's about staying connected to our true self for a more fulfilling life. And today we are tackling verse 4 and verse 5 together because both describe the nature of consciousness or the Atman, and we will also learn a simple meditation technique. So, here is the first shloka on your screen. Aneja dekam, motionless and non-dual. This describes the nature of our consciousness as unchanging and indivisible. Manaso javyo, swifter than the mind. Naina deva apnuvan purvamarshat. The senses, devas, cannot overtake it even though they ran before. That is, the senses and the mind cannot grasp the true nature of the Atman. Tadhavato jnanatyeti, sitting still, it goes faster than even those who run after it. Tishthat tasminapo matarishva dadhati. By it, the all-pervading air that we breathe in and breathe out supports the activity of all living beings. This is an incredible verse full of paradoxes and deep meaning, and that we will understand shortly. Now, let's have a look at verse 5, which has even more paradoxes. Tade jati, tanne jati. It moves, tade jati. It is motionless, tanne jati. Tad dure, tadvantike. It is far, tad dure. It is near, tadvantike. Tad antarasya sarvasya. It is within all this. Tadu sarvasyasya bahyata. It is outside all this. Beautiful, isn't it? These two verses describe that Atman is not bound by space and time like our physical bodies. It's beyond the concepts of moving and still, near and far, etc. It is within the universe, and it also transcends the universe, existing beyond the creation itself. It is non-changing and eternal, unlike the ever-shifting physical world around us. We all feel this. Our bodies have changed so much over the years. Our thoughts, desires, ambitions, everything has changed. In childhood, we used to crave for some toys. In teenage, we crave for excitement and new things. In adulthood, we crave for money and success, etc. So all our core thoughts have changed. Today, please look at your photo from childhood, maybe 1 year old. It will be almost impossible to recognize that we are the same guy. So everything has changed, but there is something within us that has not changed, which was there in childhood, which was there in our teens, and which is here right now within us, unchanged. Which is in fact able to recognize that everything else is changing, including our bodies. That is the beautiful feeling of I am, I exist, the I which has never changed. But we are always caught up in the external world and are so occupied in our thoughts all the time that we often forget this. We have to remind ourselves from time to time that we are not our thoughts and that thoughts just arise in us. Imagine this, our thoughts are like clouds passing by in the sky. The Atman is the clear blue sky itself, fixed, unchanging and ever present. The clouds do not affect the sky in any way. They just come and pass by. Likewise, our thoughts just arise and pass by without affecting the self in any way. The Isha Upanishad is saying, let's not get caught up in the busyness of our minds and try to connect with our Atman, the source of true peace and happiness. It suggests that by quietening the mind and turning inwards, we might begin to get a glimpse of the divine essence, the divine I, which is in all of us. But how to silence this mind, which is running aimlessly all the time? We all know that it is a really bad idea to try to fight our thought and stop them. But there is a very simple, very easy, ancient meditation technique called the thought counting meditation. If we do it for just a few minutes each day, I guarantee that we will get a glimpse of the deepest peace within us. And here is how we can do it. Close your eyes gently and softly. Relax your eyelids. Just let them rest. Just take a moment to slow down. and become aware of your surroundings. Now, if a thought arises, just count it as one and let go. Don't do anything else. Don't label the thought as good or bad. Another thought arises, count it as two. Neither try to stop the thought nor try to build a story around it. Just count it as two and let go. One more thought arises, it is perfectly okay. Just count it as three. You are not this thought. You are the blank screen on which this thought has arisen, and it will pass by without affecting you in any way whatsoever. Keep doing this practice for 2 to 3 minutes. Such a simple meditation, just counting our thoughts without judgment, and we find that with this practice, the thoughts lose their power or influence on our mind, and we are able to experience the stillness within, our inner self, which is a source of stability in a world of constant change. In the next video, we will make a humble attempt to interpret the meaning and wisdom of verse 6 and verse 7 and explore how it can help us in our daily lives. Namaste.